I'd like to welcome everyone to the May 26th Common Council meeting at 7 p.m. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start out this evening with a roll call. Steve Beardsley. Beardsley. Oh, there we got you. Mike Bright.
Present.
Brant Fuller.
Present.
Joe Palmer.
Present.
Megan Sheets.
Present.
Clarence Worthen. Eric Woods.
Present.
Okay, next on the agenda is the minutes from the May 11th, 2020 regular meeting.
Move to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Eric made the motion, Brant seconded. Would you like to take the roll call, please? Steve Beardsley.
Aye.
Mike Bright.
Aye.
Brant Fuller.
Aye.
Joe Palmer.
Aye.
Megan Sheets.
Aye.
Eric Woods.
Aye.
Thank you, Carol. Do we have public comments tonight by anyone?
Yes.
Okay. Is that you, Rick?
Yes.
Okay. We have Rick Gunyon this evening under the public comments.
Ready?
We're ready.
Good evening, everyone. So, as one of your appointees to the Utility Service Board, let me give you a very, very brief update on the lagoons topic. As you know, the Utility Service Board voted by a vote of 5-0 to close lagoons down back in March, I believe, commensurate with the governor's executive order on the COVID-19 situation. We received, I'm going to call it some noise or some complaints from a number of residents and guests that did not understand why it was closed. And as that situation continued, I felt obligated to step forward as one member of the board, and I made a proposal to the board to name me the point person or the liaison to the lagoons from the board so that we could move forward in improving the lagoons, both for fishing, nature watching, and so forth. The board unanimously approved me being the point person for that. We've since kind of quieted down the complaints by a large amount. I have to admit, I have more of a transformational vision for what we could make the lagoons into over the coming years. And what I have told the board, the utility board, is I will be presenting some options to the board as to how we move forward. Those would be probably the key principles of that effort would be a community outreach effort to other groups, not-for-profits, community organizations, and public at large. I'm working on a new Frankfurt Lagoons Facebook page just for the lagoon site. My intent would be to partner with some 401c3s, seek some funding grants in addition to seeking donations from the public. And in essence, just proactively manage the lagoons in a better fashion. So far, I've received tremendous support from the board and from the utility general manager, Todd Corey. And I've spoken to a number of folks who had been on the complaint side, and they're very excited to see this change and this be put in place. So just want to give you a very brief update that it's the old turning lemons in the lemonade story. And so far, we're looking good. And I will give more of a comprehensive update to the board at a later date once we've passed some ideas past the utility service board as a first step of what we could possibly do there. So unless you have a question, that's the extent of my comments tonight. Any questions?
Anybody on the council have anything for Rick?
Okay, thank you.
I just want to thank you, Rick, for all your work on this, for stepping up with something that's needed to be done, and I really do appreciate that. And I know there's several citizens that are right there with me, happy to see this happen.
Well, thank you, Mayor Stevens, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda tonight is ordinance 20-07 on the third reading.
I'll make a motion, we pass ordinance 20-07, third reading.
This is Megan. I'll second the motion.
Is there any discussion by members of the council?
And Mayor, this is Megan. Clarence Wortham has joined the meeting.
Okay. Are you there, Clarence?
Present.
Okay, thank you. We're just getting ready to go to ordinance 20-07 on the third reading. Joe made the motion, Megan seconded that, right? Correct. Okay. If there's no discussion or questions, roll call please, Carol.
Steve Beardsley,
Aye.
Mike Bright.
Aye.
Brant Fuller,
Aye.
Joe Palmer,
Aye.
Megan Sheets,
Aye.
Clarence Worthen,
Aye.
Eric Woods.
Aye.
Ordinance 20-07 passes on the third reading. Next on the agenda tonight is ordinance 20-08, and it's also on the third reading. Is there any questions or discussion by the council?
I'll move to pass ordinance 2008 on third reading.
Second.
Who was that second? I'm sorry, Joe. Thank you.
Eric Woods made the motion, Joe Palmer seconded the motion. Is there any discussion, comments? Roll call please, Carol.
Steve Beardsley,
Aye.
Mike Bright,
Aye.
Brant Fuller,
Aye.
Joe Palmer,
Aye.
Megan Sheets,
Aye.
Clarence Worthen,
Aye.
Eric Woods.
Aye.
Ordinance 20-08 passes on the third reading. Next on the agenda is old business. Does anyone have any old business for tonight? Did you have anything for us tonight?
Just questions for afterwards.
For afterwards, okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank you. Next on the agenda is new business. Does anyone have anything new business? I don't have anything tonight.
I just have a question. Do we have any consensus on how to proceed with our June 8th meeting as far as the venue, number of people that we can accommodate? Have we talked about that? What's the governor saying as far as how many people can be in the room?
Okay, and also, we can no longer have virtual meetings effective June the 4th unless that gets changed by the state, which is that possibility. When's the next deadline?
Mayor, this is Megan. I am very sorry I did not hear a thing Eric said. The sound has been great all evening until just now. Could you recap what Eric was asking?
Okay, he was wondering if we'd made any decisions on the June 8th meeting because of the accommodations and how we were gonna do that. I said that June the 4th is the last day unless the state changes it, that we can have virtual meetings. So I think he's still going to recommend the social distancing, possibility of wearing masks. So I don't know where we wanna go from here on this. I mean, we could always go upstairs in the hallway, spread out. I mean, we're not gonna get too many people in here if we have to,
Might also consider the neighborhood center.
yeah. We do these.
Spread them out a little farther.
Mhm. Do you know when that changes?
I'm looking that up. I'm trying to find that.
I trust in the mayor to make a good venue choice.
Mhm.
You know, as president of the council, I just wanted to bring it up, but we're all here together to make sure we're kind of all on the same page with it. Just, you know, I don't think we want people in the hallway here trying to listen to the door.
Right.
We're gonna have some important business to discuss. Surely our other entities would accommodate us
Okay,
if we asked. We talked about what also the two of you guys said, and then the school admin building.
yeah,
We got
school
another
admin.
order too.
And I don't know if it's open to the public yet or not, but the library and neighborhood center.
It should be by then because, we've scheduled some other things there during
Okay.
that time period.
Okay.
The hallway here, the acoustics are terrible.
I know, if we try to do it, I was thinking upstairs in the hallway, but I know when we tried that before, it's really hard to hear and to get participation
Yep.
from the citizens if they have anything to say.
So June 13th is when it changes to 250 people. So we don't have any change differently between now and the June meeting other than virtual meetings are no longer
And
acceptable.
are we at 100 right now?
We're at 100 right now.
Okay,
So the best we're probably gonna put in this room looks like maybe 10 people
I
in the
know.
audience. I just don't think that's gonna cut it.
right. Okay, let me
We're
do,
not distance up here either.
let us do some checking, see what we can come up with. If anybody has any suggestions or comes up with something, just let me know. Les, did you have anything tonight for us? Nothing? Anybody else? Oh, Rick?
The IT building might be an option.
Yes.
Technology and so forth.
Yes, because then you could get a, Shane, that would probably work, wouldn't it, for the technology and stuff? Okay. Thank you, Rick. That's a good idea. I like that. Yeah. No one has anything else?
So moved. I was second.
Okay. We're adjourned. Thank you.
I do.